back to another episode of Silent Pals Go to the Movies. This is another Throwback Thursday review, and today I'll be reviewing the movie Galaxy Quest. And just a fair warning, there's going to be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. The alumni cast of a space opera television series have to play their roles as the real thing when an alien race needs their help. However, they also have to defend both Earth and the alien race from a reptile warlord. So let's begin with my first pro. This is the perfect Star Trek satire movie. Don't they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery? If so, this movie is perfect. They are poking fun at the genre of sci-fi, but when you love something, you make fun of it. That's why celebrities have roasts. Whatever you love is not always perfect, so by laughing at it, you are saying that you are aware of its flaws, but you still love it. So this movie took a beloved genre and said, hey fans, let's point out what we all have thought at one time or another in our heads. But the best part is that the movie is not all about jokes, but it does have a story, and it ends in the same way as an episode would, with the triumph and the fans clapping. Next pro, the cast. We have so much big talent, and some that at the time were not that well known, but now are rather known. Just to name a few, we have Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, and Sam Rockwell. For the talent that were not big at the time, we have Tony Shalhoub, Justin Long, and Rainn Wilson. Just look at the amount of big names that were involved in this film, which was originally set to compete against a kid movie during the holidays, is rather amazing. If you tell me that, oh well, they did it for the money, well, Alan Rickman wanted it because it was on the other side of his acting spectrum, so he really wanted the challenge. Same goes for Sam Rockwell. He wanted it because he had just done the movie Green Mile, and it was going to launch in the same year, so he wanted to have two different roles in two different movies, in two different styles, to showcase his skills. Also, Sigourney just loved the script, and the director and producers actually fought for all of these actors to be in the film. Next point, the story and plot fit so well. We have the story that revolves around a sci-fi show that is no longer on TV, but the actors are now floating around, going from convention to convention to relive their old glory days, while meeting the fans that still worship them. So audience can relate in the role of fans as Star Trek fans themselves. But then it goes deeper by spinning it as if it was the show turned real, and the actors had to step in and save the day. The audience are being set up for laughs, but underneath it, the cast resolves their issues and actually bond over time, and overcoming issues that they had at the beginning with each other. Such growth can be seen in several scenes, especially in one scene by Alan Rickman's character, Alexander, or Dr. Lazarus. He hates his catchphrase that he had on the show, but the fans wanted him to say it over and over. When one of the Thermians dies in front of him, he quickly delivers the line with such emotion that the line took on a whole new meaning. Same goes for Tim Allen when he confesses to Mathesar that he is just an actor and not the real commander. That scene, instead of coming just from a simple comedic movie, seems to be so deep and have so much emotion behind it that it actually validates this movie as a good movie. Next pro, the prop department, costume, and visual effects, and also the way the aliens spoke. First, let's go with the aliens' behavior. This is pretty much falls on Enrico, who played Mathesar. He went into the casting and he had a persona made up from how the alien would walk, talk, and facial features. This was so impressive that the director loved it, and he actually modeled the rest of the alien crew after his acting, which I gotta say, that made the aliens stand out more for me versus Sirius, who was just an actor under so much prosthetic and makeup. But also, Sirius's acting was very well done, and it actually came through. Now for the visual effects. The credit goes to Industrial Light and Magic, which most people know as being run by George Lucas, but they are also known for bringing us Adam Savage, Grant Imahara, and Tori Bellisi, who worked on this film. The visuals were so great that they still hold up to this day. The alien models that were puppeteered were so incredible. Same goes for Sarah's costume. All of this together makes this movie feel, what can I say, like an authentic sci-fi movie that is taken serious. And for fans, that's something that stood out, and that's why we love it. Now on to my cons. Not a lot of cons that I can say or point at, but I guess if I had anything against this movie, I guess it would be that for a movie that pokes jabs at a genre for getting things wrong, or just adding lines in the scene because it sounds sciencey, this movie seems to suffer from that as well. For example, the Omega-13. In the movie, it claims it can jump back 13 seconds, enough time to change an action in time, but it forgot to explain once it's activated, who knows that they went back in time? Is it the one who activated it, or would it affect everybody in a certain space? Either way, when Tim Allen's character tells Mathesar at the end to activate the Omega-13, it seems that he is the only one that is aware that he went back in time and no one else. Even though he didn't even press the button, it was Mathesar, nor anybody else around him actually noticed it. So what gives? Also, doesn't Mathesar notice that the crew is using two names, their actor names and their character names at the same time? Or since they claim they have watched all the historical documents, i.e. show episodes, episodes, and not just from one show but all the shows, wouldn't they have noticed that some actors play different roles in different TV shows? Instead of having this, I would actually make it so that Galaxy Quest is the only TV show they have received in the transmissions. Therefore, this problem would be solved. So my grade for this movie is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. I gave it a high grade because as a Star Trek fan, this movie does connect with me due to the fact that I can laugh at the show, but still love it at the same time. And this movie does that along with me, pointing things out and also laughing alongside with me. But I feel that people who never seen a Star Trek episode or gone to a sci-fi convention will laugh that it's making fun of geek culture and nothing else. But overall, the acting from everybody in the movie was well done, and now that we don't have Alec Rickman with us anymore, it makes it harder for the rest of the actors to get on board with making a second movie and not include him. But this whole movie came to make us laugh at our niche fandom, but at the same time tell us never to give up and never to surrender and keep going. And now, because of this movie, we have an open universe of comic book movies that are well received by a lot of people. Marvel, DC, even Star Wars franchise. So in the end, it's fine to poke fun of movies like this, since poking fun of it is just you showing that you are a fan. So I guess that does it for this review of Galaxy Quest. Please join us next time where we're going to review A Fistful of Dollars.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, you said the man with a pistol is a dead man. Let's see if that's true.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find our social media links below. And like always, keep watching movies.